Hey, welcome back to my channel, Running Wild. I am Sandy Nightpaper, co-founder and coach at SageRunning.com, and today I thought we'd do a review of the Topo Athletic Fli-Lyte 3 and also do a little comparison to the Fli-Lyte 2. Now, full disclosure here, I am a sponsored athlete by Topo Athletic, but you guys, well, those of you who've been following me long enough know that I will only ever give my honest opinion of a product. I don't work promoting products that I don't like. Would never do that to people because I don't believe in dishonesty. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's start talking about the Fli-Lyte 3. Now, the first thing you might notice between these models is that they got rid of this printed overlay on top, and so now what you have is just a much more breathable mesh. And really, for me, like when I first compared these shoes without even looking at the new specs, I was like, yes, when I saw they got rid of the printed overlay, just because to me it's like it's a waste of weight and it's totally unnecessary for a road running shoe. It's still the wide toe box, still a 3mm drop. Put these side by side this way too. And what I'm kind of seeing right here, and maybe it's because of the way I wore these shoes, there is a little bit more curve to the toe box right here. But for me, the main difference between these shoes, without looking at any specs, is that this feels like a softer yet more flexible ride. Fully honest here, when I first tried this shoe on, I had trouble adapting to this shoe. It felt a little bit stiff, and I loved it after a couple runs, but the first couple runs I had on this shoe definitely didn't feel as good as the ones in the Fli-Lyte 3s. Given I wore the Fli-Lyte 3s after already getting this shoe, but before I did this video, I'm like, maybe this is just in my head that this feels more flexible and softer. But then I was walking around with one shoe on each foot. I'm like, oh no, this actually does feel quite a bit different. Men's sample size weight, which is a size 9, is 8.4 ounces. For women, sample size 7, it is about a 7-ounce shoe. So very similar to the Fli-Lyte 2. And again, it's a 3mm drop. Again, same as the Fli-Lyte 2. One of the big differences between models is for this shoe, they added a 5mm antimicrobial Ortho-Lite bed, which makes it feel like a softer ride, which without sacrificing the support it does give. So you guys see what I mean about the flexibility. To me, this shoe just feels a little bit more easier to bend all around compared to this shoe. And this is pretty flexible too. This is me just being a little nitpicky between shoes and trying to let you guys know why this feels like a more natural ride. Like the shoe is what I expected the Fli-Lyte 2 to originally feel like, and it's because this is what I expect more out of a natural shoe. When I first opened the box to see this model, I was like, ooh, this looks like a shoe I want to do road races. And for me personally, I would do a 5K half marathon in it. Maybe if I trained it enough, I would do a marathon in it. But so for me, this has been like a go-to speed workout shoe. But sometimes I also do like just to jog around in a lighter shoe. So this shoe has been on dirt roads for easier runs, cement. Also a beach with tar in the sand, which is why there's some black spots on it still. And I've also been just walking around in it a lot. The nice thing about all black kind of sleek design is that I can get away wearing jeans within it. And I've actually had people tell me like, oh, your shoes are actually pretty cute. And that's hard to come by with some shoe companies that make shoes with the wider toe box. So really loving the look of this shoe as well as the feel. No offense to the Fli-Lyte 2, but ever since I got the Fli-Lyte 3, I've been choosing the Fli-Lyte 3 for runs over the Fli-Lyte 2 every single time. So I honestly do like the Fli-Lyte 3 significantly better than the Fli-Lyte 2. And once I tried the shoe on for a couple of runs, I emailed my contact at Topo Athletic. I'm like, this is a shoe that could catch Topo Athletic up in the road running market to companies who are more established. As a trail runner, I always thought their trail shoes were honestly a little bit ahead of their road shoes, but to me this is a shoe that's going to make them catch up in the road market department. With that said, I know a lot of people watch this channel who are at various levels and they're running and wearing all different types of shoes right now. So I will add a note with this shoe that it is definitely a more minimalist type shoe. Now, to me, it does feel like it has a significant amount of cushioning, but it's only 7 ounces. It's obviously pretty minimal. And even for a lot of the athletes I coach, I know they're wearing much more cushioned shoes right now. So I've been kind of telling some people, just if you're going to wear the Fli-Lyte 2 or now the Flylight 3, start off just walking around in it. Again, I said I wear walking around a lot too, and I love it for walks. And if you're used to wearing more minimalist shoes, yeah, you could probably run a lot in it right away. But I think, again, be careful when you're adding in a more minimalist shoe. Use it for walks first, then slowly start introducing it for runs, and yeah, like let me think. Yeah, typical of all Topo Athletic shoes, you got the wider toe box, which is great because a lot of sensory information comes from that big toe, and you always want to like go through your big toe when you push off. So obviously you don't want a shoe that squeezes your big toe in. But given the big toe box, it is a snug fit in the midfoot and heel, so you don't feel like you have all this room in your shoe. Again, that's pretty typical Topo Athletic shoes. So yeah, that is my take on the new Flylight 3s, and hopefully you guys like the shoe as much as I do. Like, I love this as a road shoe. Even though it's trail running season, may have to jump into 5K or something and test it out in a race. So yeah, I hope you guys like this review. For discounts from my sponsors, go to sagerunning.com, where you can also find training plans, etc. Blah blah blah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep running wild.